Spirituality and Human Services. My name is Carrie Volati. I know several of you. I am a recent grad from the Family and Human Services program, and course assistant.
And I'm Mark Uno. Am I supposed to say something?
No, this is Mark Uno, who will be teaching during the period, and he is a religious studies professor here at the University of Oregon. So the goals of the course are to explore different spiritual backgrounds, and for the purpose of understanding and being able to better assist clients and colleagues in our future career or lives. And the curricula will include an introductory level history on all the religions and information on the beliefs that each religion includes, and we'll focus on the current issues that people that identify with this faith deal with in society and culture here in America. And the instructors is a combination approach with Dr. Dan Close, director of the Family and Human Services program. He'll be the main instructor. And then we partnered with the Religious Studies department, and 4 religious studies professors will be teaching on different religions. And then we have several community leaders who will come in and share their lifestyle, share their role in the community and how they got there and what kind of issues they face on a daily basis in their faith community. So these are the religions that the class will cover. East Asian, Buddhism, Hinduism, pluralism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And the order in which you read them is how they fall in the syllabus. These are the religious studies professors: Mark Uno, who we have here today, Daniel Falk, Deborah Green, and Rick Colby. These are the community leaders: Ibrahim Hamide, Eric Green, Stowe Campbell, Greg Flint, Colin Halstead, Dick Beswick, and Rabbi Yitzhak Husbands-Henkin. You see multiple representatives for Christianity because we're going to do a panel of Christian ministers. Dan is in India right now, so he returns next week, and he wishes the best to this class period and looks forward to meeting all of you. So the course structure, we're going to meet each Thursday from 4 to 6:50, and this is a large gap of time, and so we realize that, so we're going to try and make things fun and have a variety of approaches to the 3-hour period. Attendance is mandatory. We're not going to take attendance because that's not the point. We just want you here and present with us and participating. We'll include lectures, small group activities, large group discussions, videos, and panels for each class period. All assignments will be due on Sundays on Blackboard. So I would recommend you get acquainted with Blackboard if you're not, because the majority of the course material is on there, and the assignments will be due there as well. Because this is a brand new class, we're going to be doing evaluation pieces kind of all throughout, mixed in. Some of the assignments will be prompted towards getting specific feedback from you guys. We also are going to do voluntary student interviews, so if anybody wants to do that throughout the term, we'd love that. We just really want your honest feedback. We just want this course to serve a purpose for you guys. If you want to flip in your syllabus to the graded components sheet, you can just look over some of the assignments. Your participation is 20% of your grade, so and that'll just look like you being here and contributing your voice to small group conversation and large group discussion. We'll have 3 kind of smaller assignments just to get ideas flowing and, like I said earlier, retrieve some feedback from you guys. There'll be a midterm survey There'll be 2 analysis and personal perspective papers that we'll do, and those will be you kind of synthesizing the information that you've taken from the previous class periods and then doing a personal perspective piece to it. Our final will be a 35-page paper, and we'll ask you to create kind of a case study where you're going to write about a potential client or colleague that you're working with that identifies with a certain religion and faith and kind of all the nuances and complexities of their lifestyle and their role in the community because of that. Each one of these class periods is going to be professionally videotaped, hence the cameras that are going on. We're doing that for 2 reasons. One, because it's a great way for you guys to watch class, to rewatch class. If you miss class, it's a great way for us to evaluate how class is going and flowing. And we also want to do it because we think the material could be valuable in the future for other projects. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes, read through the informed consent that we're passing around, and I want to collect these during this class period. So yeah, go ahead and take a couple minutes to read that.
How might we access them to watch everything?
They'll be on Blackboard, a link on Blackboard by Monday in the AM following each Thursday class. Yeah. Okay, so I have some tips for you guys. Because I can relate to where you're at and because I'm very aware of how this course hopes to go, I would suggest that you read before it's due. Because the class is once a week, there's a good amount of reading, but it'll really prepare you for the speakers that are coming in. And it's really kind of seminar form of a class, and so we have a lot of different speakers that are coming in. And I think the discussion after their presentations can be much more rich if we have a little bit of knowledge going in. Contribute your voice. This is a first-time class for all of us, and because it's new, there could be a tentativeness that exists. But I just want you guys to share and ask questions while being mindful and respectful. I know it's a subject that can be emotional or controversial or unapproached in a lot of ways, but I just ask you to share, have courage and share with us. Like I said before, learn to like Blackboard. You'll find that a lot of the material of this course will be there. And be open. I imagine that a lot of this content, many of you haven't been taught before and haven't pursued knowledge in, and so I want you to stay open as you continue to learn about all the different religions that we're going to cover. So I'm going to pass it over to Mark now, and he's going to take us through, I think, a name game.
Since, as Carrie said, this is partially a kind of a seminar style, so I thought it's good to get to know one another. I often do this in seminar discussion style classes, which is to go around and have everybody say their names, and then have you try to remember each other's names by asking some of you to name the 4 or 5 people who are sitting to the right of you. Okay? But if we just go around and say our names, it goes a little too quickly, and it's kind of hard to remember one another's names. So one of the things that I often do in my classes is just have a theme. And since this is the first day, I thought it might be good to have as a theme something of your interest in this class. And I thought maybe we would put a slight twist on it. So maybe you can think of something of interest from your own background or experience that relates to the topic or your interest in the topic of spirituality and human services. And specifically, think of something that constitutes a good experience you had in relation to spirituality and human services, something interesting, or an experience that you might characterize as odd. Okay? Odd, interesting, or good experience from your own background that you can relate to the topic of spirituality and human services. But first tell us your name, and then give us some kind of anecdote. So think about it for a moment, and we'll have a volunteer begin, and then we'll just go around in a circle from there. Okay. So when you have something that you'd like to share, then why don't you raise your hand, and we'll begin from there. Okay? But you can have a moment to yes?
I'll begin. My name is Shelby, and there are several reasons I'm interested in this course. I think it'll just be helpful in the workplace in general, but also in my own family. I have family members that practice multiple religions that I don't really know about, so I feel like this would be a good way for me to learn more and connect with them.
Thank you.
My name is Jeremiah, and I was interested in taking this class because in human services we talk a lot about like using strengths, and for my clients, I want to, if my client chooses to use religion as a strength, I want to be able to know how to interact with them and help them make better choices without having no bias. So.
My name's Tara, and the reason why I chose to take this class is because religion is important to me in some ways, and it disappoints me that it's often overlooked in human services, which can be a very liberal type of field, and you think that people would be more interested in knowing more about it. So I wanted to be a part of a group that was interested in exploring that.
And then why don't we go back here?
My name is Madeline, and I think what I will find most interesting about this is because religion is so powerful, and not even just religion, but spirituality in general, I just would like to know as much about it as possible while working with future clients.
My name is Maddie, and my dad is Jewish and my mom's Christian, so I've seen both influences of those religions in my life, and I just find religion in general a really interesting topic. And this winter break I went with a Jewish program to Israel, and I was in Israel for 10 days, so I learned a lot about Israel through the eyes of a Jewish organization, which I thought was extremely interesting. So,
Good.
My name is Jessica, and I'm interested in this class. Kind of like what you said, just spirituality is so powerful and all-encompassing. It's so important to so many people that in order to effectively work with them, I need to have a greater understanding of their religions.
my name's Missy, and similar to what you said, I took this class because working in human services, you come across so many different types of people, and I think that it's important to be able to understand where they're coming from spiritually.
My name's Elia, and I am taking this class because it sounded interesting, and I haven't done any kind of religious studies before, so I thought that it would be a good way to get a little bit of everything.
I'm Ivy, and I took this class because I have a couple friends in here, and spirituality is really important to me, and I really like FHS.
My name's Aaron. I work through a lot of difficulties in my life through spirituality, so I think that as a human service worker, it's important for me to understand other people's religions, and as it has worked very well for me, I believe I think it's important for us to know how it's going to work for other people.
My name is Jordan, and I've had several really negative experiences with religion, and so I have kind of this aversion to it. And so I just kind of want to challenge that, especially knowing that I'm going into human services and I'm going to be working with a lot of people who find religion very important.
My name is Lindsay, and I'm taking this class because I think for grad school, getting my PsyD, it'll really help with my clients, knowing all of the different religions that I could be coming across dealing with people.
My name's Matt. I'm actually an international studies major, and I took a class this summer about peace and conflict, and we talked about how religion or spirituality could be used to help resolve conflicts, and I thought that was a really interesting idea. And I'm just interested in spirituality and religion in general, and I think it's really contentious and hot topic right now for international studies. So that's why
My name is Jenny, and I came in part because my dear friend Carrie made the course for her project. I thought that was awesome. I also am taking it because in understanding more and more and beginning to work in human services and hearing people's really traumatic, sad life histories at times, turning to religion to make sense of it all and find a way to kind of my own coping mechanisms. So just becoming more adept in how other people utilize their spirituality to make sense of their own lives.
And what was your name again?
Jenny.
Jenny. Okay. Thank you.
My name is Marin.
Say that again?
Marin.
Marin.
The reason why I took this class is because, I mean, like Aaron and Jen said, I'm going to be working with clients, you know, use religion as a, coping mechanism. So, like, I mean, you really have to have an understanding of what they're going through.
Right.
So I feel like this class would, help me with that, understanding. So.
I'm Leah, and I was interested in this class because I'm going to be working within the human service population, and it's such a diverse community. I want to have a better understanding of their religion so I can better help them understand what's going on and stuff like that.
I'm Linda, and I'm a psychology major, and I took this class because I feel like when you're helping someone through therapy or in anything, actually even just friends, you want to get to know them, and I think religion is a big part of so many people, not all people, but most people, that if you understand their religion, then you already know them a little bit before you even begin talking.
My name is Kelly. I'm taking this class because I've personally only been brought up being taught like 2 different religions, so I wanted to know more about the other religions in the world, and that will hopefully help me with clients in the future.
My name is Tara, and sadly I don't know much about anyone, like any religions at all. So I wanted to learn about them.
My name is Dana, and I grew up with a huge family that come from different religions, so it's very complicating. And I just wanted to learn more about them all to be able to connect with clients better.
I'm Lindsay, and I'm just taking this class because I think it would be beneficial for me to learn about the religions that my clients use to get through difficult times and help them.
My name is Samantha, and like a lot of other people in this class, my faith has been something that's gotten me through a lot in my life and is the reason that I'm a failing human services major at all. And so I really wanted to learn about how other people, I guess, use their faith in their own lives as a strength and, I guess, protective factor for them. So learning more about those other, more than just my own faith.
My name is Megan, and I took this class because I feel like religion is a very complex thing, and I'm not very religious myself, so I kind of just thought it was interesting to even hear your guys' kind of how it looks through religion, and I just find that very interesting.
My name's Alyssa, and I come from a very strong Catholic family, and that's really the only religion I've ever known, so I think it's good to branch out and get a better understanding of the other religions.
My name's Anya, and I guess I took this class because spirituality hasn't really been a big part of my life, and so I feel like I could learn as much as I can about any religion there is out there if I'm going to be working with just any kind of clients. I don't want that to, just because I don't practice it, I don't want that to be a part of me that I'm not comfortable with, so.
Good.
My name's Alden, and I'm very passionate about building community, and I think that in order to understand others and basically what everyone has said, it's key to see where people are coming from very personally. And also I'm very apt to pick up a book about religions, read articles and things like that, but it's not very often that you get the opportunity to talk about it. And so when I heard Carrie's presentation, I was really excited about the fact that we're going to be meeting people within the community and having the opportunity to learn from each other as well as the panels, because I feel like we'll be kind of breaking a lot of societal norms and being able to talk about a lot of sensitive issues. So I'm excited to get out of the comfort zone of where we normally are academically.
My name is Richard. I'm a Christian, so my faith has allowed me to, first of all, shaped me and gave me compassion to start a huge organization in Africa based here that we're saving a lot of lives. So without it, I wouldn't have been even moved with that compassion today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Carrie, did you want to say anything related to this?
Well, my name's Carrie, and I created the course because I saw a great need for it, and many of you had said within our program that you want to learn how to be more well-rounded and knowledgeable in this area to work with clients, and so I just moved with that motivation, and here we are.
Yeah. So.
Good job.
Yeah, good job. So thank you all for sharing your thoughts. It's fascinating just to hear some of your background and some of your interests, and it's a huge job to create a new course. But this course, more than a lot of other courses, because you have a lot of guest speakers. It's a new topic. There's other elements like the fact that it's being videotaped and other elements that come in. So as a kind of a capstone project to a career, I think it's a wonderful project, but it's also a huge amount of work. And even though Dan Close is the main instructor, as just was noted, it's really, in many ways, Carrie's creation. So, I really appreciate all of the energy and commitment that went into the creation of this course and opportunity to be part of it.
Begin. I wanted to have you guys check out the announcement if you hadn't. Just that there is an assignment due this Sunday. It's pretty minor, but I would look into it in advance, and the video footage will be on Blackboard by Monday. And the books are there. If you went to the bookstore this week and they weren't, they are there now. So check that.
I went and got the books and I couldn't find a packet.
Okay, the package should be there, right? But it's like a light blue cover. Anybody?
I have it.
It should be right there. If it isn't, email me. She asked if you should bring it to class. You're welcome to. Bring whatever reading we should have done prior to that class if you want to reference it.
Are you going to have copies of that stuff at the library? Like the books?
The books are, there's a copy at the library of each book. I don't know how many copies.